Howdy, howdy folks. In today's video, we will discuss one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time. What skills do I need to know to become a private investigator? Most people simply think that being a private investigator means just sitting in your car for hours on end, sipping an iced tea, or drinking coffee and eating donuts and getting some video of people and following them around from time to time. And you know what? That is absolutely not what being a PI is. In order to be a good private investigator, you need to have zero skills in coffee drinking, donut eating, and sitting in a car or following people. Yes, I know for those of us out here doing surveillance, you do need to build some of those skills, such as sitting covertly in your vehicle and following somebody undetected. But those are skills you build on over time. What we will take a look at now is those important skills you need to have to get into the profession to begin with. Really quick, first things first though, I want to send a huge shout out to some of the PI Guy supporters out there. I am so grateful for each and every one of my channel member supporters out there. Their support allows me to get a cup of joe from time to time and helps keep me motivated too. So really quick, here is a quick shout out to all of my supporters, and if you would like to become a PI Guy supporter, just click the join button for more information. And to help me say thanks to each of these supporters, go down and hit that thumbs up button. I want to say thanks so much to Eric Hutchison for his 7-month commitment as a PI Guy Premium supporter. Thank you, Eric. I really do appreciate your support. And thank you so much to Talk to London ATL for supporting the channel as a PI Guy Premium supporter, and Nick STL77 for his membership at the PI Guy Premium supporter level 2. And thank you to all of my other members for their support as well. Folks, I really do appreciate it. Here's to you. Okay, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of the video, folks. If you like solving mysteries, if you like putting together puzzles, even if some of the pieces are missing, and if you are a detail-oriented person who loves researching and figuring out the details that are not always so obvious, then being a PI may be the career move for you. A huge part of a private investigator's job will often involve legal cases, personal matters, and even financial matters from time to time. As a PI, you may find yourself conducting interviews with alleged suspects in criminal cases, as well as witnesses in those cases or people of interest in civil matters. You may find yourself searching through physical records and documents such as at the courthouse, or sifting through digital records online. Yes, you might even be doing some surveillance or following someone to see what they are up to, what they do day to day, and what their lifestyle is like. Other jobs a PI may do is verifying background information on a subject, reviewing and analyzing discovery in a legal case, or looking for a missing person. And you know what? That is just scratching the surface of the many types of duties, the vast number of types of investigations a private investigator may do. But to do all those things, to be successful as a PI in this ever-changing and evolving profession, you must have a good handle on some key skills. One of those key skills is analytical thinking. Now, I know we all think we're good at analyzing things. But to be a good PI, you have to remember you will be collecting information, gathering evidence, and you must have good analytical thinking skills so you can report those findings to your client, the court, the judge, and the jury. That brings us to communication skills, folks. Yep, as a PI, you will need to have excellent communication skills, both verbal and written, as you will be dealing a lot with the general public, possibly the police and others, as you work through your investigation. You see, a huge secret here, folks. You will gather most of your evidence in many cases as you find clues out there, talking to people and listening to them. It is nothing like those silly video or board games where you just go through a process of elimination and come up with the only one possible answer to solve the case. Your communication skills will be the key to getting evidence in many cases, and will be key to presenting the evidence you discover. You will need to communicate your findings in written reports to your clients, as well as short updates as the investigation progresses, and many times you give testimony in court to your findings. Another huge secret here, folks, most people never think about giving testimony as a PI. They just go about doing their job day in and day out. Then when they must give testimony, when they have to take the stand, when it is time to give the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, they are ill prepared. A huge part of being a good communicator as a private investigator is ensuring you have all the details. Yes, attention to detail is another skill you must have if you're going to succeed as a professional private investigator. PIs need to look at the finer details, the little things, the stuff no one else ever notices. A big part of our daily work entails gathering and sifting through large amounts of data and information and finding those minute clues, the patterns within, and how they apply to our overall investigation as a whole. Another huge skill you will need as a PI is computer literacy. Now, in today's day and age, you might think, heck, everyone knows how to use a computer. But let me tell you another huge secret, folks. Knowing a lot about using apps on a phone or surfing the internet on a tablet is not, I repeat, not being computer literate. You need to know how to get around on an actual computer. For instance, you can try to do all your research on your phone, and you will fail miserably. You see, most websites present their data differently and usually not in its entirety to mobile devices, not to mention it is extremely hard to read that smaller text and be able to pay attention to those finer details and see the information you need to see. But just researching data is not all you need to do on a computer. You need to write reports too. I know, again, you can try to do this on a phone or a tablet. And you know what? I have had some PIs present me reports they created on a phone or tablet, and it was very obvious they rushed it, paid little attention to detail, and sent out a subpar product. You will do so much better using a computer for much of your work as a PI. You will produce better reports, see more data that is presented in a comprehensive way, and make far fewer mistakes. Another must-have skill for a PI to have is conflict resolution. This one I suffered with a lot when I first got started as a PI. There are going to be times when someone you are investigating or someone you need to interview or someone who has absolutely nothing to do with your case will confront you. And you need to be able to deal with that situation in a tactful and non-confrontational way so as to diffuse the situation and not allow it to interfere with your investigation or affect the outcome of your investigation. Problem solving is another skill you need in order to be a professional private investigator. You need to be able to assess the situation, devise a plan, think of the unforeseen events that may come up, have a backup plan, and be able to adapt and change your plans quickly. You will, I can guarantee you, run into many problems that need a quick resolution in almost every case you work. From losing a subject on surveillance to having a witness refuse an interview. From locating subjects with zero digital footprints or uncooperative officials involved in an investigation, you must be able to solve those issues before they become a detriment to your investigation. Then there is probably the most important skill of all. That skill is patience, folks. Some cases are completed very quickly, but many times our investigations will take hours, days, weeks, months, and even years to wrap up. Much of the information we gather throughout the investigation takes a long time to come in, a longer time to analyze, and often it raises more questions to the attentive PI, which then brings the entire investigation or a piece of that investigation back around full circle, and we get to start looking at everything all over with that new information in mind. No matter what type of investigation you do, patience truly is the key to success as a professional private investigator. Even as you go out and start learning how to hone in on these other skills like problem solving, conflict resolution, computer literacy, attention to detail, communication, and analytical thinking, you will be tasked with patience first and foremost. And patience, folks, will help you get the proof you need to solve the case you are working on. And I made this video telling you the 5 secrets to find the evidence you need, so check it out now.